Tonight from AT Park in San Francisco, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates against the San Francisco Giants, the middle game of the three-game series. The Pirates' road trip out west continues. They've won 3 of the first 4, and they've gotten hot at the right times. We take a look at the updated standings in the National League wild card race. Pirates got some good news. The Marlins have lost their game already. Bucks now looking for some help from the Houston Astros. If they can beat the Cardinals, and if the Pirates can make it 2 straight over the Giants, they will be in a virtual tie for that second wild card spot in the National League. Greg Brown along with John Wehner and Robbie and Smikowski. And John, the Pirates have gotten well at the right time. Last night an 8-5 win over the San Francisco Giants. A dozen hits. The offense seems to be clicking. And the guy in right field was right in the middle of it again last night. He drove in 4 runs. We're talking about Gregory Polanco.
You kind of scratch your head when you see Polanco, your RBI leader, batting 8th. And what's he do last night? He drives in runs. That pitch was going to be in the dirt. Somehow he was able to go out and hit a ball, breaking ball, well down and off the plate for a base hit. Next at bat, first pitch, had to be looking for that fastball. Moore was probably thinking, if he can hit a breaking ball that far down and away, I can bust him in. That's not a pitch I don't think Polanco hit consistently before this year. But he got all of it. A big night for Polanco, and the offense continues to roll.
And double digits in the hits column again last night. 3 of the 4 games on the road trip, the Pirates have collected 10 or more hits. And we take a look at what the offense has done on this road trip.
And 2 good teams are playing against the Dodgers and these Giants. 7 runs per game, a .300 average. They hit the ball out of the ballpark. They're drawing their walks again. Nice to see. And that average with runners in scoring position, .310. And that was after they left 18 guys on base just a couple of days ago.
Well, the Pirates have also gotten some good pitching, in particular from their starters. We're going to talk about this remarkable rookie who's on the mound tonight. He'll be making his 11th start of his Major League career. Jameson Taillon will continue from San Francisco in just a moment. Is getting ready for his 11th Major League start. First time ever he's appeared here in San Francisco, of course. His last start was against San Diego in Pittsburgh, and he was brilliant. 8 innings of 3-hit shutout ball.
And I tell you, he just goes out there and competes, and he really makes it look easy at times. You know, he got the good sinking fastball, gets ground balls. The curveball's been about unhittable. The fastball's been a swing and miss pitch more so in his later starts. So, yeah, Jameson's been fun to watch, works fast, and keeps his defense on their toes.
Jameson Taillon is among rookie leaders as we check out the Barrel Automotive stat. Amongst rookies with a minimum of 50 innings pitched as the qualifier. You see where he ranks. First in ERA, first in WHIP, third in opponent's OPS. I mean, the guy has just been unbelievable.
He really has been, and he's not a guy that is going to strike out a bunch. He has 47 and 60 innings, but he doesn't walk anybody. That's why the K to walk ratio is first, because 8 walks in 10 starts, pretty impressive. And look at that, pitches per inning, less than 15. That is excellent.
Well, again, he doesn't walk anybody, which means if he doesn't strike them out, they'll put the ball in play, and that's what they were doing last night, and the Pirates were up to the task. Jung Ho Kang, one of several outstanding defensive plays by the Pirates. Starling Marte throws out Trevor Brown, the great diving tag by Francisco Cervelli. Jordy Mercer's ball in the dirt, picked by David Freese, and of course the catch of the year for Andrew McCutchen in left center field. Should be fun tonight for Game 2 of this 3-game series from AT Park in San Francisco. So you know Jameson Taillon's on the hill for the Pirates. There's a shark on the hill by the bay for the Giants. More to come from San Fran. His first year with the San Francisco Giants, the veteran righty, familiar to the Pirates certainly. Take a look at Samardzija Wednesday against the Marlins, got the win, 5 2/3 innings of 3-hit shutout ball, but he hasn't been all that great since the All-Star break, and his last 3 starts against the Pirates he's been pretty mediocre.
Yeah, you know, this guy was supposed to be top of the rotation, but really has been inconsistent ever since he left the Cubs. And kind of up and down. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. You go back to where he was earlier in his career, he pretty much owned the Pirates. I mean, career ERA at 2.79, so that goes to show you, 6.75 in his last 3.
And his last start against the Pirates did not go well. June 22nd at PNC Park. He lasted only 3 innings, his shortest outing of the year, and given 3 homers. John Jaso, Gregory Polanco, and Jung Ho Kang took a beat.
21 home runs allowed on the year for Samardzija. You know, if he makes mistakes, hitters can take advantage of it. I mean, he has an assortment of pitches. The fastball, though, if he doesn't command it, guys can tattoo it, and that's what we saw last time Samardzija faced the Bucks.
Well, the Pirates have hit 7 homers in the 4 games of this road trip. We'll see if that doesn't continue. Certainly don't want to cool off the offense in San Fran. Ready for baseball when we come back. Francisco, California, where the Pirates have enjoyed success of late. They've won 6 of their last 7 games here and 9 of their last 12. A nice, cool, breezy evening. And Rick Sofield, third base coach, and David Freese, they're doing their own dance.
Wow.
Andrew McCutcheon thinks that's pretty funny. Here comes Jeff Samardzija. Very serious righty. 10-8 in 23 starts, 4.23 ERA for the year. Check out the lineup he'll be facing. Brought to you by RAV4. Josh Harrison, Charlie Marte, and Andrew McCutcheon. Then Gregory Polanco is hitting cleanup against the righty. 5th career 4 RBI game last night. Jung Ho Kang back in the lineup again at third base with Francisco Cervelli behind the dish. John Jaso is at first base. Jordy Mercer and Jameson Taillon round out the Pirates starting 9. As always, plenty of black and gold throughout the ballpark. Josh Harrison will be leading things off, has led off now 10 of the last 11 games. And again, Jeff Samardzija, a familiar foe.
10-8, 423. Just 107 strikeouts in 156 2/3 innings. Talked about the 21 home runs allowed. Opponents hitting .253 against him. He throws his fastball still firm, over 94 miles per hour. He'll cut it on occasion. Also a slider and a curveball.
The defense behind Samardzija. Buster Posey is back. He's had some back issues, so missed the last couple of ball games. Defense brought to you by Honda. Brandon Belt, Joe Panik on the right side. Eduardo Nunez made a couple of phenomenal plays at third base last night. Brandon Crawford, Gold Glove shortstop, to his left. Angel Pagan, Denard Span, Hunter Pence in the outfield left to right for Bruce Bochy's Giants, who start the day still leading the National League West by only a half game over the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are pounding the Phillies Hunter Pence also made an incredible play last night. Just a wild game. A lot of hits, but some great defensive work on both sides. Hunter Pence tripping on the home plate bullpen mound, and then from the seat of his pants making the catch on a foul ball. And easy for Nunez. Underway. With one out, we'll bring up Starling Marte. We're going to get to our Rivers Casino tips to win.
Hey, don't miss the fastball. Samardzija, when he makes a mistake with it, it can get hit hard and a long way. 321 opponents hit off his fastball with a 549 slugging percentage. And for Tyone, Jamison continued with the off-speed success. His curveball and changeup have been pretty much unhittable through his first 10 big league starts. I was stunned when I saw the numbers. His curveball, opponents hit 102. The changeup, 105.
Talking about Jamison Tyone, those great numbers. We'll get into that when he takes the hill, as he is hoping maybe the offense can get him an early run or two. 0-2 the count on Marte. Marte had a couple of hits last night and is batting .385 in the season series. Giants have won 3 of the first 5 meetings. And similar, Pence, like last night, onto that home plate area by the bullpen, keeps his feet, ball out of play, and this is what we were talking about in case you missed this play. Josh Harrison in the 4th inning getting his foul ball, keeping his concentration.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
You know what? Right before he caught it, too, like his head kind of hit the ground, and so your head moves. When your head's moving, the ball's moving. I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff.
It looked almost comical, but it shouldn't take away from how impressive that play was. Starling Marte, a 1-out single.
And how impressive has Marte been this year as far as just being consistent? I mean, it seems like he, average-wise, has been within 15 points all year long. As you see that pitch, 87, running down well out of the strike zone. No stride for Starling, short and quick. But it seems like he's, been right around where he is now for the entire season.
Yeah. Came in 8th in the league in hitting. Andrew McCutchen, 2 hits, 2 ribbies last night. He also made that phenomenal defensive play. Marte, look at this month by month. Talk about the consistency for Marte.
Pretty impressive.
There he goes. Strike called. Stolen base. Another impressive thing about the Marte game. That facet, the steals, and that matches his career high. 3 years ago, he stole 41.
And it seems like he's just getting faster.
Yeah.
He even when he doesn't get a good jump.
.41 steals for Starling Marte, matching his career high.
I still think he should put something make the oven mitt a little bit longer to give him.
Talked about that. Yeah.
5 or 6 more inches.
And that helps your lead too when you're trying to dive back to the bag.
Yeah.
Jay Hay. Extend that oven mitt. At least until they implement some kind of rule against it. 1 ball, 1 strike on McCutchen. And past Crawford. Marte had to hold up. And it's a base hit for Andrew McCutchen, putting runners at 1st and 3rd.
Andrew's starting to get more and more comfortable. You could just see it. That's not a bad pitch either. Talked about the Marte pitch being down and out of the zone. That's a little breaking ball that was down on the outside part of the plate.
Well, it's first and third for Gregory Polanco. McCutchen has been stealing a bit more lately. Opponents have swiped 9 bags in 12 tries with Samardzija on the hill this season.
Chasing the curveball first pitch. This is a situation, though, if you are going to try to run first and third, 1 out, you have to be pretty sure you're going to make it because you got the sacrifice fly in order. You don't want to eliminate that by getting caught on the bases.
Oh, 0-1 on Polanco, 65 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike. Driving in 4 runs last night. He lined out his first at bat against the lefty Matt Moore, then delivered the 2-run single in the 4th and the 2-out 2-run homer in the 6th. Two and 1 on Polanco. Buster Posey, one-time MVP, is back behind the dish for these Giants, who are trying to figure out what is going on since the All-Star break. 9-19, the worst record in the majors since the break, and they had the best winning percentage in the major leagues before the All-Star break. Dribbler. Samardzija throwing home, and no chance to get Marte. It's 1-0. Samardzija doesn't get an out. The Pirates get a run.
Now, what is he thinking there? I mean, it's the first inning of a ball game, and you got great speed at third base. You know he's going on contact. That's just a big old brain cramp right there. I mean, get the out. You have 2 outs with a runner on second. Now the Pirates in position to perhaps have a big first inning.
That is remarkable that he did that.
Crazy.
This is not a rookie here, Samardzija.
And I don't know, the catcher, Buster Posey, we couldn't hear him, but I mean, you almost shouldn't have to scream 1-1-1, but it could have helped if he was screaming, 1-1-1.
Yeah.
But he probably thought there's no chance that he's going to come home here, so why bother?
We just asked the question, what has gone on with the Giants in the second half? Well, we're getting a dose of it on that play, maybe. Jung Ho Kang. Pirates get a huge break. They were going to score a run anyway, but now just 1 out. And a chance to have a bigger inning as Bochy paces and talks to himself a bit.
And you have to wonder, does Samardzija have anything other than the fastball to throw here 2-0? I mean, the opponents have crushed his fastball. Now he's behind 2-0. Jung Ho, a great fastball hitter.
We showed you that home run he hit at PNC Park against Samardzija in June. And a strike, the home plate umpire Marty Foster.
And he goes to the slider, 2-0.
Doug Eddings at first. Mike Winters is the crew chief at second. Mike Malinsky at third. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out, 1 in.
And by throwing the 2-0 slider to get the first strike, maybe got Jung Ho thinking soft again 2-1, and so couldn't pull the trigger there on that fastball that was up out over the plate.
And a double play ball. So to Samardzija's credit, he gets Kang to hit into the inning-ending double play, and his brain cramp doesn't really affect the play in the top of the first. Giants coming to the plate against Jameson Taillon. Here's the lineup for the San Francisco Giants. They are 66 and 52 on the year. Denard Span last night, his 10th three-hit game of the season. Angel Pagan has a 13-game hitting streak. He'll follow then Brandon Belt and Buster Posey back in the lineup, hitting cleanup. Brandon Crawford bats fifth. Hunter Pence in right. Eduardo Nunez, one of the new Giants, hits seventh. Joe Panik, Jeff Samardzija.
And Jameson Taillon, here's your Hyundai numbers. 3-2, 285 in 10 starts, 60 innings, just 7 homers, 8 walks. Opponents hitting .253 against him.
He walked 2 Padres 5 days ago in his 8 innings. Denard Span, 63 batting average his first year with the Giants. This is a Giants team that will draw its fair share of free passes. They've walked the 3rd highest in the National League. And in on him. Almost an impossible play for Harrison. An infield hit for Span.
Boy, did he get in there on Span.
Yeah, Span's kind of laughing about it.
I mean, you're up there in a 2-0 count. You know a fastball's coming. You're the first hitter of the game. And Taillon just put it right in his kitchen. You know, about a little over the belt. Off the fist, and that was a great effort. Look how close that was. I didn't think he had a chance. I was just thinking, why even bother throwing it? Well, that's why you throw it, because it was a bang-bang play. That's a great effort.
Span has a dozen steals. He's been caught 5 times. And among many things that you like about Taillon, just 3 steals in 4 attempts against him in his 10 big league starts. So Pagan hitting .333 during this 13-gamer. Yes, sir.
Good run on that fastball, Pagan. Thought it was going to be in the zone. The ball just kept tailing away from him.
Two and one. There's the Angel Pagan emoji.
Jameson just hasn't been able to locate that arm side fastball. Seven pitches in, 7 fastballs. He's tried to throw 6 of them on the outside corner. Has missed, at least in terms of putting it over the plate, with all 6.
There goes Span, and it's through. Punched it through the hole. First and third, nobody out. 14 games for Pagan, the hitting streak.
And hard to tell if he was really protecting or not. You know, a 3-1 count. This pitch isn't in the strike zone either. It's down and out of the zone. A really good sinker that ran down and away. You see Jordy Mercer break towards the bag. Wouldn't have mattered if he wasn't breaking for the bag. That ball was in the hole between Mercer and Jung Ho.
Right away, the Giants get hits from Span and Pagan. Now Brandon Belt. And there goes the runner from first. Cervelli's throw is late. Steal for Pagan, his 13th.
Big jump. Not a lot Cervelli could do, plus a curveball. The first curveball Taillon has thrown. It was in their first strike.
And that's in on him for the first out. Well, that's all Belt could do. You look at 2 of the 3 batters here, Span and Belt.
Elevated up and in, and again got in on him. That's a situation where, as a left-handed batter, you're trying to get on top, pull the ball on the ground. You get one in, get one over.
Infield back. Buster Posey.
Looks like Jamison has that movement. Yeah, you know, I know there's been a couple of starts where it seems like his ball is moving all over the place, more so than others. The Mets start comes to mind at Citi Field, where Jamison was flirting with a no-hitter. The ball was moving all over the place. Looks like he has that kind of movement again tonight.
This is a really good battle. Taillon versus Posey. Posey hitting .352 with runners in scoring position over his last 54 at bats. And now he's out in front, 1-2. Ball dude down the left field line. Another one, Brad Holsworth and his brother Blake patrolling foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Posey. He'll be out of play. Doesn't strike out much. 50 Ks in 380 at bats. He can be had. Didn't know. He didn't know how he hurt the back. You see him grimace there. He thought maybe it was the flight. The team returned on the recent road trip. And he drives it to right center. He'll settle for a 2-run double, and the Giants lead it.
Yeah, he's just a great hitter, and you know, with Jamison Taillon, you can see what he tried to do. Once he got ahead 1-2, he thought, well, maybe I can go upstairs, get another weak pop-up. And when Posey was able to waste that pitch, figured maybe he could try to get him to swing at a breaking ball down and away. But as you see there, didn't end up down and away, ended up middle. And Buster Posey, he just put such a nice swing on it, doesn't try to pull it, takes advantage of the mistake, puts the Giants on top.
Span and Pagan score, and the batter Brandon Crawford. Posey, 56 RBIs on the year. Crawford has driven in 71 from the shortstop position. Jaso will field it. Get to the bag for the second out. Well done by John Jaso, who made a nice little play at the end of the game last night.
I agree. I mean, for a guy that's never played there before this year, he does make all the right decisions. I mean, he got a little bouncing ball that, you know, some first basemen would try to force and try to throw the ball to second base to get the lead. The lead runner just kind of gobbled it up, made the right decision, get the out.
2 down.
He's caught everything.
Yeah. That's a really interesting situation. I guess there's really no answer to it. You just don't know who can adapt to that position. But the Pirates have had trouble over there defensively for a while. Of course, going back to most recently Pedro Alvarez, but Jaso and David Freese having never played that position. Give them credit. 1-1 on Hunter Pence.
And you see David Freese, I mean, a guy that's played the infield and third base. I mean, it's not that much different in terms of that. You know, for Jaso coming from behind the plate, it's pretty remarkable, really. But catchers typically have pretty good hands, too. You know, behind the plate, they're picking balls and pretty soft with their hands, receiving pitches and such. But it's like, again, every scenario that he's been put in, he's known what to do with the ball.
Posey's played a lot of first base. And still catches most of the time. Yes, he went 2-2 on Pence. Pence has struck out 24 times in his last 54 plate appearances. He did get a hit last night and drive in a run. Bruce Bochy, the manager, Ray Searage, the Pirates pitching coach. And Polanco looked as though that was going to be disastrous, but he was able to adjust, head back, make the catch. 2-1 Giants.
The Giants lead the Buccos 2-1 here on Root Sports. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Tonight is Twitter Tuesday. Last night, a very emotional night for Ryan Vogelsong, and he was our guest tonight on Twitter Tuesday, and he was asked by PJ, what thoughts are running through your mind last night as you took the field at your old home ballpark?
That's a very good question because I'm still not 100% sure. I just know that I was ready to go, and then I ran out on the field, and it just kind of hit me what was going on, and it kind of zapped my focus and my hunger, and it was really hard to try and regroup. And as you can see from the first inning, it was a mental struggle to get back where I wanted to be.
You know, I was talking to a couple employees today about that, the first inning entrance, and he said the only people who have made as big or bigger an impact returning here to AT Park in all his years here were Dusty Baker, Ichiro, and Barry Bonds, who returned this year earlier as a member of the Miami Marlins coaching staff. So pretty impressive stuff for a guy like Ryan Vogelsong to come in here and make an impact that he did. And a lot of it is his underdog story, coming in as a non-roster invitee in 2011 and making the All-Star team that season and helping him win 2 World Series titles, Greg and John.
Yeah, Robbie, we didn't know what to expect. I don't know, maybe in the back of his mind he thought he'd get a great response, but like we were all taken aback by the reaction of the crowd when he went out there in that video tribute, and then most especially when he left the game and turned around and doffed his cap to a standing ovation.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and of course they fondly remember the fact that he helped them win those 2 World Series trophies. 2-1 on Cervelli. Becoming an on-base machine lately. Francisco Cervelli. He's also hit safely in 7 straight. 6 out of 11 on this road trip. Drives one to left field. Going back, Pagan toward the wall and off the wall. Cervelli into second base with a stand-up double.
Stay hot. Thought for a moment he finally got that first one. Just too much topspin. I think he got a little slider that was left up. Take a look at the pitch. Yeah, that pitch just won 84 miles an hour. A breaking ball that just didn't break, and it stayed middle. And Cervelli just a little too much topspin. Not enough height.
Just off the base of the wall. A leadoff 2-base hit for the Pirates catcher. And now John Jaso, as the Pirates try to get that run back and more. They were leading by a run after a half. And the Buster Posey double giving the Giants the lead. From an offensive standpoint, these are 2 pretty evenly matched clubs, the Pirates and Giants. This is toward the left center field gap, and it will tie the game. John Jaso into second base. He'll trade places with Cervelli. It is 2-2.
You know, that first inning, Samardzija didn't throw many fastballs. Threw one to Francisco Cervelli, and both pitches here to Jaso. And remember, Jaso, first pitch of the game the last time Samardzija pitched against the Pirates, hit a fastball deep to right center. Tries to go away with a fastball there, and John Jaso, nice swing. Big part of the field.
Two all. And here's Mercer. John Jaso, 18th double, RBI number 29 for the year. Mercer, 44 runs knocked home. Has loved hitting here at AT Park. Last 11 games in this yard, a .353 mark. Matt Moore was disappointed in his effort last night, said he can certainly be better. He pitched hitless ball for 3 1/3, and then the Pirates with 3 straight hits in the 4th, a walk, 2-run single by Polanco. Polanco then touched him up for the 2-run homer later.
And those are really the big swings, and we talked about it in the open. The 4 RBIs, the 2 swings against Moore by Polanco, I mean, weren't bad pitches, either one. In fact, the single was about to be in the dirt. Polanco is somehow able to go out and get it. And I wonder if Polanco was thinking along with Moore, because Moore, when you give up a hit like that on a pitch that bad, you got to be thinking, well, he's got to be looking away. I got to pound him in.
Yeah.
And so Polanco probably thinking the same thing. Well, they're not going to go away. I can eliminate the curveball. He's coming in.
Part of that mind game, and now Bruce Bochy. This is a rare trip. Now this might be a case where the manager tells a veteran, you start pitching like a veteran, or are you okay? Because he just walked Jordy Mercer. And Mercer has struggled in his career against Samardzija, just 1 hit in 13 at bats. And now Jameson Taillon will get a chance to sacrifice 2 runners into scoring position.
And that, I thought he might have been going out there to give a little tongue lashing to Samardzija, but by the demeanor and the way he was pretty direct in what he was saying, he may have been putting on a bunt defense. He may have been saying, hey, listen, here's what we're going to do. This guy's never had a big league hit. He's going to bunt. We're going to try to get the run at third base. We don't have great speed at second base, so let's get the lead run. And they do have Crawford way over towards third. It's definitely going to be a sort of a wheel play.
Bunted foul by Taillon.
And the way it's defensed, with Crawford almost more than halfway towards third, you have to have the second baseman panic, hold the runner on, but he's also responsible for covering first if the bunt's bunted to the first baseman belt.
Now here's what I don't get. The Pirates should be calling timeout. This is what I don't understand this, John. Shouldn't the Pirates say, hey, timeout, Jameson? Obviously the wheel plays on. You can't be bunting here.
Yeah, you could swing the bat.
I mean, they've got to tell him that.
Yeah, on a wheel play, go with the slug. Because what happens is they can't turn a double play because nobody's near second base. If you're worried about grounding into double play, when the pitch is being thrown, nobody's within 50 feet of second base. So you're only going to be able to get an out at third or first.
Now he swings away but misses. He is 0 for 17 to begin his major league career. Taillon got the message or the sign. 1 and 2. Still bunts it, and a fair ball. And it's a double play. And that is just unbelievable. I just don't know how they can let this happen, the Pirates. I just don't get it.
Yeah, the only way you could turn a double play is going third to first. And you know, the bunt was literally right on the plate. And so that was an easy double play for Buster Posey. Don't know what kind of angle Clint Hurdle had from his spot in the dugout, but I think he thought it was a foul ball. And even looking there, it looked like, I mean, that ball may have been behind home plate. Get a better look here. Oh, wow.
Oh, way behind home plate.
And that is not reviewable.
Yeah, but the home plate umpire, Marty Foster, in this case, could certainly have asked for help, right?
You would think so. Maybe that's what Clint Hurdle was trying to ask.
This angle.
Oh, yeah, that's. And I do think that, you know, one of the umpires at first or third may have had a better angle.
Time is called by Harrison. Taillon bunts, even though it certainly appeared foul, into a 2-5-3 double play, as the Giants obviously weren't trying to hide the wheel play. For whatever reason, Taillon did swing on the previous pitch, but didn't on that one. Well, let's hope that doesn't prove extremely costly. You just go from a chance to have a couple of runners on, maybe one out, to 2 outs and a runner at second.
Yeah, that's a big
shift.
Yeah, that's a rally killer for sure.
Yeah. We'll see if Harrison can pick up Taillon and the Pirates. Broken bat, Squibber. Well, the Pirates, golden opportunity there squandered. They do tie it on the back-to-back doubles by Cervelli and Jaso.
And by Day Automotive, we're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates tie this game at 2-2 here in San Francisco. Heading to the bottom of the second inning. And Eduardo Nunez. Numbers are combined. Twins Giants. Nunez hit his first San Francisco home run of Ryan Vogelsong, leading off the 6th inning last night.
Kind of just a secret up there in Minnesota. Pretty nice looking player. All-star.
A stealthy move by the Giants. Pick him up, then they traded Matt Duffy to get Matt Moore. 29-year-old from Santo Domingo, the Dominican. Taillon gets him to chase. First strikeout for Taillon. First out here in the bottom of the second.
It's a fastball, never really in the strike zone. It stayed away the entire time. Maybe Nunez just trying to fight it off. But I'm telling you, Jameson Taillon's fastball gets better and better, getting more and more swings and misses. In fact, you look at his first 7 starts, he only got 1 in 10 of his fastballs got swung and missed. In his last 3 starts, 1 in 4, 25%.
Out in front of Joe Panik, 0-2. Gets another chase.
And he has that good curveball as well. It just falls off the table. And more of a 12-6. Breaks straight down.
Jeff Samardzija to the plate. And when he came back to the dugout, his pitching coach, Dave Righetti. Samardzija, good hitting pitcher, obviously good athlete, a star receiver for the Notre Dame football team. Fighting Irish, two-sport athlete in college. Cubs signed him. And a strike. So that 146 batting average. Having some fun out the Bay.
You know, watching pregame batting practice, the Giants, one of the few teams that you see their starting pitcher taking batting practice. Moore yesterday taking swings with a group during regular BP, and all the pitchers hitting early this afternoon. And so you get to see what Madison Bumgarner is talking about as far as
why he thinks the pitcher should be able to participate in the home run derby.
And Bumgarner got some pop, as does Samardzija. Samardzija cleared the bleachers this afternoon with 1 ball.
Got him. Strikes out the side in order. Jamison Tyone. Jeff Samardzija tied at 2. So that's not good news. The Cardinals leading that ball game. And wonder about the health of Marty Foster, the home plate umpire. Crew chief Mike Winters checking with him along with one of the Giants trainers. They're not feeling 100%. But for now he's going to continue.
Yeah, I thought something may have been up because before Samardzija came to the plate, Cervelli went out to talk to Jamison Tyon. And usually when something like that happens, it's to, give the umpire some time. Or, they're definitely not talking about strategy as to how to pitch to Samardzija. And so I thought maybe something was going on. I guess he's okay to stay in, at least for now.
And 2 on Marte. Singled, stole second, and scored in the first, and chases. First strikeout for Samardzija. He'll face Andrew McCutchen, and tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update. Rough week for the Cardinals, putting Seth Maness on the DL. He'll apparently be undergoing Tommy John surgery in the next few days. Michael Wacha on the shelf about a week ago, inflammation in the right shoulder. Matt Adams went on the DL the next day with the same injury. A few days after that, Matt Holliday, broken bone in his hand, hit by a pitch. So they have all kinds of trouble. Aledmus Diaz, who might have been leading Rookie of the Year, as a Rookie of the Year candidate anyway, broke his right thumb. He's out for the rest of the season. But we've heard this before from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They have overcome injuries and adversity year after year. You can never count them out. And they're leading in the 9th inning at Houston, 8-5. Told you the Marlins already lost. So at the very least, the Pirates can gain a game on Miami. And probably stay a game back of the Cardinals. The second wild card. A ball and 2 strikes on McCutchen. Singled in the first.
Samardzija being a little more aggressive with the fastball. Went upstairs at 96 to get Marte. Tried to do the same here against Andrew McCutchen. Went upstairs, but Andrew able to stay alive.
Couple of Ks for Samardzija to start the 3rd inning.
And again, ramps it up to 96. This time he comes in just off that inside edge, that late movement. And that's why you wonder about him. You look at the stuff, 96 with movement. He's got the slider, the curveball. Cuts the fastball from time to time.
Oops. Polanco hit that little dribbler, and Samardzija came off the mound with Marte at 3rd base, and instead of throwing out Polanco at first, McCutchen moving to second, he decided to try and get Marte at the plate. No chance for that, but he was able to avert further damage by getting Chung Ho Kang to hit into a double play. Polanco 8 for 18 against the Giants in the first 5 games of the season series. .444 average. 2 balls and a strike. Gong on deck as Polanco shakes his head. Giants signed Samardzija in December. 5-year, $90 million contract. Not long after they missed out on the Zach Greinke sweepstakes. Samardzija was originally a 5th-round pick of the Cubs. Out of Notre Dame, traded to Oakland during the 2014 season. And traded to the White Sox before last year.
Samardzija, I don't know. We showed Dave Righetti talking to Samardzija. Maybe Righetti said, "Hey, be more aggressive. Let's go pound the fastball, establish it, and then go to your secondary stuff." Because he wasn't real aggressive the first couple of innings. Certainly has been in this third.
Missed badly with that fastball. 3-2. He's walked 39 in 100 and close to 50 innings. Dave Righetti, very well respected pitching coach of these Giants.
Hung a breaking ball, got away with it.
This is going to be at least an 8-pitch at bat for Polanco. .21 homers allowed. 6th most in the National League. Long run and not enough height for Nunez to get under it. And Polanco continues. This time with a new bat. Look at the contrast in weather this trip.
Yeah.
The heat in LA. The cool August air in San Francisco. Sweaters, jackets, sweatshirts, ski caps.
You would think it was October.
Yeah. Still 3-2. And another foul. So a good battle here.
97.
Polanco hangs tough. 97. Samardzija needs to throw at least a 10th pitch to try and retire Polanco. Fans trying to do their part here. And a fly ball to Hunter Pence. Long at bat, but a 1-2-3 third for Samardzija. Your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. On the UPMC scoreboard, tied at 2. Game 2 of the 3-game series. This trip concludes tomorrow afternoon. Off day Thursday. Pirates Marlins Friday. Begin a 3-game series showdown. And then the Astros in for 3. Here's Denard Span, who reached on an infield single. Leads off second go round against Tyone. Denard Span in his first year with the Giants. Diving stop, Harrison. What a play, Jay Hay. What do you say? Robbing Denard Span.
So much range and such a good angle. You know, off the bat, looked like that was ticketed for right field. But Jay Hay takes the deep angle. He's out 6-8 feet into the grass. Makes it look easy.
One of our talking points during our open about Tyone. There was a lot of strikes, and they'll put the ball in play, and like last night, have to be sharp defensively. So instead of a leadoff hit, and that led to a run in the first inning, Tyone appreciates the great glove work from his second baseman. Pagan singled following the Span infield hit in the first. And now Pagan with a 14-game hitting streak. Now 35 years old, from Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico. 5th year with the Giants.
Late on the changeup. I think the first changeup we've seen from Jameson.
Started to use that pitch more and more his last start.
Yeah, I want to say he threw it about a quarter of the time his last start.
Bill Hayes going to toss that one into the seats.
Just about 21% of the time Jameson threw that changeup.
And not happy with himself. That fastball got away. 2-2. Pagan slaps that one foul. Originally a 4th-round pick of the New York Mets back in 1999. He's been a big part of 2 world championships for this Giants team. We missed him when he was out on the DL. Here comes Gung cutting off the shortstop Mercer and just gets Pagan.
Another good play. As a third baseman, you're taught to go get everything that you can reach. And so Jung-Ho Kang, a high chopper, good jump, cuts in front of Jordy Mercer. And not sure if that gets to Mercer. I don't think Mercer would have the time. Maybe, but Jung-Ho Kang had just enough time.
Jung-Ho Kang made a couple of fabulous plays last night. Of course, Mercer, we talked about the job he's done defensively this season. And there's Harrison again. How about that inning? Josh Harrison robs Belt. Started the inning by robbing Span, and in between, Jung Ho Kang makes a nice play. A little infield D.
Pretty impressive stuff right there. I tell you, it could have been 3 base hits. 3 up, 3 down.
The 4th. UPMC scoreboard. 2-2 ball game, and another look at Josh Harrison.
Probably the toughest one of the 3, because that ball kind of shot up on Josh. He had to pick this on its way up. A lot easier to make the play when the ball's on its way down. Those are some good quick hands.
Jung Ho Kang leads off the 4th. Yep. Bring your glove. He did. Hit hard. Nunez takes care of that smash. They'll bring up Francisco Cervelli, who started the 2nd inning with a double off the wall. Scored the 2nd run to tie the game. Point Park University tweets about Josh Harrison's defensive work.
Well, he loves it. I think he probably gets as much joy of playing defense as offense.
When was the last time, John, we had a player who showed as much emotion, so much joy playing this game? I mean, he really wears it on his sleeve, doesn't he?
I know it was the first time I ever saw a guy singing while on the bases.
Yeah, during the pitching change last night.
Yeah, that was hilarious. He has fun.
I mean, the veteran Pirate fans might automatically think about Manny Sanguillen, who had that perpetual smile, still does. Sanguy. He loved the game. He's the one that said they call it play ball, not work ball. He loved it, but carried himself differently. Great pride of the great one. And Cervelli will be retired. 2 outs. Here's what John was talking about during a pitching change and singing to the PA music that I believe greeted Sergio Romo. Harrison was at third base when the reliever came on, and Last time we were here in the Bay Area playing the Oakland Athletics, a shot of Clint Hurdle getting down to Grand Funk Railroad before a ball game in the dugout. American band.
Forgot about that.
So doubled into the left center field gap in the second. Dave Righetti and Bruce Bochy looking for innings out of Samardzija. They got 6 out of Matt Moore last night. We did give up the 5 runs. Samardzija coming off not an extended start, but pitched well, shutting out the Marlins in Miami for 5 2/3 innings, and that was a good bounce back start for him. He had given up 5 runs against the Nats before that. One, two, three in the 4th. Yep, he's back in Oakland several weeks ago. Fired up.
It's time for the Toyota RAV4th inning. The all-wheel drive RAV Hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
2-2 ball game, and home plate umpire Marty Foster is checking in with Ed Montague, who was an umpiring supervisor, longtime Major League ump, is on hand here. And again, kind of monitoring the situation. It's looking as though Foster is not 100%. There's the crew chief, Mike Winters. Jaso not particularly pleased with Marty Foster's called third strike to end the top of this 4th inning. Here is Buster Posey, doubled in the first to drive in a pair, and that was a knee bender breaking ball.
Good pitch there, good location. Another swing and a miss on a fastball.
Ray Searage watching his young pitchers. Mercer, 1 out. And again, this has kind of been Taillon's MO. Maybe can scratch out a run or two against him, and then he just starts rolling. And you look at that first inning, the Posey drive was by far the hardest hit ball. And there was the infield squibber that Span reached on to begin the first. There was the Pagan ground single through the hole. Now, got some great defensive work from Harrison on some ground balls last inning, robbing Span and Belt. Not that those balls were hit all that hard. But Posey, the last man to reach. Garrett Cole, Ryan Vogelsong seated in the dugout. Cole will start Friday against the Marlins. Tom Kohler will go for the Fish. Marte, 2 outs. What Taillon has done, a little reminiscent of Garrett Cole's first 10 starts. Look at that.
Yeah, pretty remarkable. ERA almost a run better for Jamison. I wouldn't have guessed that. First pitch changeup from Taillon to Hunter Pence.
Vogelsong will make another start on Sunday at home against the Marlins. And again, Garrett Cole Friday. In the middle of them, Chad Kuhl pitches Saturday night. Completely different looking rotation and pitching staff for this Pirates club. You go back to when the Pirates lost 3 of 4 to the Giants, June 20th to the 23rd. They won game 1 of that series, June 20th, 1-0. Jeff Locke beat Madison Bumgarner. And that's a fair ball. Pence will get a double. Just grounded it past first.
Thought he'd be able to beat him in there with that fastball, and just kind of caught it deep, did Hunter Pence. A free swinger. And tried to go inside, didn't get it all the way in. Still kind of, inside out. It had caught it again a little bit deep, just past the diving J-So. And as always, Hunter Pence running hard.
Eduardo Nunez. His 2-2 ball game with 2 outs, struck out in the second. So again, Jeff Locke was the starter and winner June 20th against the Giants at PNC Park. The next night, Johnny Cueto beat Wilfredo Boscan, who was the starter, in a 15-4 final. And now it's 2-0. Game 3 of that 4-game series, Wednesday night, June 22nd. Pirates had a 6-1 lead going into the 4th for Francisco Liriano, but lost that game 7-6. And the final game of that series, the Pirates lost 5-3. John Neese started and lost. Joe Panik hit a big bases loaded triple in the 3rd inning that gave the Giants the lead for good. Chad Kuhl again will pitch on Saturday night.
And now pretty much totally different rotation. And
yep.
They've done a nice job. So much of the first half we were talking about, starters need to go deeper in games, need to get more than 5 innings. Need to get more than 6 innings every now and again. The bullpen was getting used up. See that pitch borderline, just catching the edge. They're confident enough to throw the 3-1 curveball in there for a strike.
The majority of time, almost the first full half of the season, it was more the exception than the rule when a starter gave the Pirates 6 or more innings. Now you're feeling disappointed if the starter doesn't give you 6 or more. Vogelsong tried. He was 1 out away from going 6 last night. 3-2 as he tries to come back, falling behind 3-0. Tyone against Nunez. Walked him. His 9th walk in the major leagues.
That looked like maybe tried to overthrow that one a bit. 96. Held on to it too long.
McCutchen for the final out. 2-out Pence ground double, the walk to Nunez, and the fly out. Tied at 2. In with one of the Giants trainers almost every half inning, and take a look at a play in the 2nd inning. But maybe something to his right leg.
Yeah, that was the panic at bat. He's trying to stretch it out, where he swung and missed and was maybe anticipating that ball in the dirt coming back to get him. And so, but he's able to hang in there.
Jordy Mercer will lead off this 5th inning against Jeff Samardzija. Walked in the 2nd. Pirates tied it in that 2nd inning, and they had a golden opportunity to take the lead against Samardzija with runners at 1st and 2nd and nobody out following the Mercer walk. Samardzija trying to recover, and the underhand toss, and still gets Mercer.
That's a heck of a play. Good athlete is Samardzija. I don't know if he stuck his leg out there to try to stop that. I thought it maybe hit his left foot. And when he went to underhand toss it, I thought that might get there too slow, but still got Mercer by about a step. Kick save and a beauty.
Here's Jameson Taillon, and he gets his first perhaps hit, and he does.
Was it a Jameson that got thrown out at first?
I believe it was. That robbed of his first big league hit earlier by a similar play. This time he was not going to take any chances. He was sprinting to the bag. Yeah, he was thrown out by Kirk Neuenhuis of the Brewers the end of July, and they'll save that baseball.
And you know, as he gets that fastball down the middle, inside outs it, yeah, he puts his head down and starts running, because Pence wanted to too. He was thinking about it.
First big league hit for Jameson Taillon, and his 19th major league at bat. First base coach Nick Leyva giving him instructions as best he can. And happy birthday to the Pirates first base coach. Down the line and left, foul.
A little too quick. Got the fastball and just threw the barrel head out there.
There's the birthday boy. Veteran baseball man Nick Leyva, born in Ontario, California, and now lives in Mesa, Arizona. He's got his family visiting, including his granddaughter, out on this trip. Nick Leyva, one-time big league manager, long-time coach.
Boy,
a little bit of trouble with the zipper.
Couldn't get it on at first. Nick Leyva had to help him, and now can't zip it.
Fans booing him. Ha ha ha. What do you think, John? Should we get a clock? A speed up clock?
A clock for
pitchers to get jackets on?
We might have to.
Yep.
It'll be enforced for about a month or so.
One-two count on Harrison. He might need a new jacket.
Yeah.
Eric Cole gave it to him. And that's a fair ball. Looked like he might have skipped off the bag. It won't get Harrison. Nunez goes on to panic. 2 outs, and now they can get Taillon and help him get that jacket off. Maybe just rip it off, huh? Speaking of which, you can take that jacket off and put on the t-shirt that you're going to get. The first 20,000 fans will get a free Cannonball Coming t-shirt presented by Peoples. For tickets, go to pirates.com/fanduel. Free Shirt Friday. Bucks and the Marlins. Now with a runner at first base and 2 outs, Starling Marte will come to the plate. Marte has singled and struck out. And we'll see if Tyone, Glenn Hurdle chuckling. Tyone, how much time he'll need. There goes Harrison right away, and he is safe. That was a bang-bang play.
Yes, sir. And J.A.'s picked his spots extremely well this year. Now, number 16 for Josh just caught a couple of times. Good jump. Good throw from Posey.
Giants, are they going to challenge? We're waiting. Bruce Bochy? No. Chance for Marte to give the Pirates the lead. With Harrison picking up stolen base number 16, caught only twice. Very close. The Allegheny Health Network Supermo look. That oven mitt might have done it for him.
Yeah. That was a good slide. J.A. going wide and a bit of a slow tag from Panic.
And now Garrett Cole wondering if this can be salvaged.
Might have to go to Buttons.
Buster Posey thought that was the 3rd strike and the 3rd out. And for a moment, it almost looked like Marte reacted to Posey. Posey says, okay, we got him, that's it.
Okay.
Oh no, Marte knew. 2-2. Now it's strike 3. Marte shaking that right-hander after that swing and miss. 4th strikeout for Samardzija. Garrett Cole finally got that jacket unzipped, and he's got it back from Jameson Taillon. Point Park University tweets about Jameson Taillon's first major league hit. Samardzija struck out looking in the second. For Taillon, his 3 strikeouts came in succession in that second inning. California hornblower. Great looks here outside this stadium. Now we have the look up from our angle, but most of the fans below us, I don't believe, certainly those in the box seats, can't see the bay.
I wouldn't think so.
Shark emoji for Jeff Samardzija, the shark. Who wants it? Taillon calls for it and drops it. And is it a foul ball? It is, apparently.
It doesn't happen very often, but every now and again a ball is hit weakly enough to where a pitcher has to make a play. And Samardzija, with the jam shot, didn't get high enough for Jung Ho Kang or Francisco Cervelli to get there. And Jameson trying with the basket catch, and it looked like it maybe got off the heel of his glove.
How close is that to being a fair ball?
Very close, yes. Close to Jameson twisting his ankle there.
He is charged with an error. Now has to try and forget about that and let his defender do the work on the infield. Mercer. And with 1 out, it brings up Denard Span. We're going to get to our This Day in Pirates History, brought to you by Day Automotive. On August 16th, 1947, Pirates beat the Cardinals 12-7. Franchise record 7 home runs. Ralph Kiner homered in each of his first 3 at-bats. Hank Greenberg and Billy Cox each had long balls. For Kiner, tied Major League records with 7 homers in 4 games, 6 in 3 games, 5 in 2, and homered in 4 consecutive at-bats. Ralph Kiner, that was his second year with the Pirates. He went on to hit a league-leading 51 homers that year for Pittsburgh, 127 RBIs. And Hank Greenberg, that 1947 season, his only year with the Pirates and his last year in the majors. They created Greenberg Gardens, shortened the left field at Forbes Field, figuring that Hank Greenberg would have a lot of success. And he did, hit over 25 home runs that year, but it was then turned into Kiner's corner at left field at Forbes. Ground ball, Harrison. 2 outs. Since the Buster Posey 2-run double, Taillon has allowed 1 hit, the Pence ground double inside the first base bag last inning, and 1 other base runner. Eduardo Nunez walked following the Pence double. He's just rolling along again.
Now, you would have never been to Forbes Field.
No. Certainly heard a lot about it. Let's continue to hear a lot about it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a nice catch, huh?
Yeah, very nice. 2 guys over there with mitts. That ball was coming in hot.
A 1-1 on Pagan. Popped up And out of play. This ballpark, we're talking about Forbes Field, this ballpark opened up in April of 2000. The new home of the Giants after so many years at Candlestick Park. When the Giants, the New York Giants, moved to San Francisco, they played their first 2 years at Seals Stadium while Candlestick was being built. That was the home of the Pacific Coast League San Francisco Seals, the AAA affiliate for many years of the Boston Red Sox. They moved to Candlestick in 1960.
That was a bad place. Not a big fan.
No.
No.
Was there any tougher place to catch fly balls, or I guess even play those conditions?
I mean, yeah, with the wind, the high sky. The dirt was rock hard. Probably the hardest. There was no dirt. It was just like a hard, almost brick-like surface. I guess because of the wind, you know, it was definitely different.
The Giants, who again moved from the Polo Grounds, the last game ever, the Polo Grounds, September 29th, 1957. The Pirates beat the Giants 9-1, and they're trying to beat them here by any score, and Jameson Taillon doing his part, tied at 2 after 5.
We get a look at 3 retired numbers: McCovey, Cepeda, and Gaylord Perry. And back on Saturday, the Giants unveiled a new statue outside AT&T Park, and this honor goes to Gaylord Perry. Perry spent the first 10 seasons of his 22-year career with the Giants from 62 to 71. Inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 91, capping off a career that included 314 wins. Now, Perry, Greg and John, has also maybe been accused a time or two of doctoring a baseball in his time, and he pulled off something only he could do after his speech on Saturday at the statue ceremony. At the end, he asked everyone, including many former teammates, to look under their chairs for a gift that he left for them to take home. And yep, you guessed it, he left jars of Vaseline under there for everyone. So what a day it was for Gaylord Perry. The number retired here at AT&T Park, and now a statue that goes right outside the media entrance right next to Orlando Cepeda. What a day.
That's cool. Gaylord Perry was an interesting guy. He was a great competitor, and who knows for sure. He certainly played that up, though. He had the hitters over the years thinking he was doctoring the baseball, whether he was or not. I don't know if you've got a chance to see old footage of him, John, but he would constantly fidget and go to his use his thumb. He'd go to his sideburns constantly, and his forehead looking like he was wiping off sweat, perhaps perspiration.
Why do I think that he touched like 8 times before every pitch?
He did it a lot. I don't know if it was 8, but he would go to his forehead, his sideburns, his cap. Gaylord Perry talked about his defense, and there was one of his teammates in Cleveland for years in the Giants, Dwayne Kuiper, long time, very popular broadcaster here in San Francisco for the Giants. Kuip and Kruk, Mike Krukow, 2 of the better guys you'll ever want to meet in this business. Great people. There's Kruk, former Giant pitcher. Andrew McCutchen hits a high drive toward right center field, and this is going to hit the base of the wall, and Andrew McCutchen is headed to third, and he's going to be there standing with a triple to begin the 6th. His 2nd hit of the night, and it sure does look like he is finally back to being Kutch.
Love to see him hitting the ball right of center. This ball to right center field, a towering drive that just kept carrying and carrying. That's his bread and butter. When he's missing these pitches that are elevated outer half of the plate, something's not quite right. He hasn't been missing them lately. Short hops the wall, and that's a good 410 away from home plate. So you know when that lands, Andrew McCutchen's going to have no problem reaching third.
His 2nd triple of the season, his 1st since May. And he is there for Gregory Polanco, the infield back, and bullpen action for the Giants. Polanco has bounced into a fielder's choice, driving in a run, and popped up to right. Bullpen for the Giants, Hunter Strickland. And that will get the go-ahead run home.
Nicely done. Unselfish at bat. Don't try to do too much. Just get on top of the ball. Stay up the middle. Pick up that easy RBI.
3-2 Pirates. RBI number 67 on the year for Polanco. The triple for McCutchen and the ground out for the Pirates right fielder. Jung Ho Kang. Remember, the Reds beat the Marlins 6-3, and the Cardinals, meanwhile, beat Houston 8-5. The Pirates want to stay a game back of St. Louis for the 2nd seed of that wild card race. Meanwhile, the Giants could fall out of first place because the Dodgers were big winners over the Phillies 15-5. The Giants have not been out of first place since May the 10th. Brandon Belt and Brandon Crawford, 2 of the players that Bruce Bochy met with on Saturday. Key components to the offense. Angel Pagan, Joe Panik, Buster Posey. They met for reportedly a half an hour talking about hitting. This team that has scored only 39 runs in the month of August coming into this game. And they have scored twice thanks to the Posey double tonight. 4 hits in all for the Giants. As Gung lifts one toward right center field, and Span will cover a lot of ground to make that catch for the 2nd out. bring up Francisco Cervelli. Fireworks coming up on Saturday, game 2 of the 3-game series against the Marlins. Head to the North Shore early for the Saturday night block party featuring the Line and Kugel Bar out on Federal Street just outside the ballpark. And after the game, Cervelli fireworks going to light up the sky. Brought to you by Levin Furniture. Go to pirates.com for tickets. 6-game homestand, 3 with the Marlins, 3 interleague games against Houston. The Astros haven't totally given up on postseason play. They were 4.5 back of a wild card position when play began today.
After their rough start, amazing they're even that close.
Yeah. And again, they lost to the Cardinals. How about Jose Altuve tonight? 1,000th career hit. Fastest Astros player in history to 1,000 hits.
Really remarkable. Not only we saw him when they were in the division. I mean, he could hit, but the power, the stolen bases.
He's one of those fun players to watch for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cervelli. Now Will Smith joins Strickland. Looks like it would be Smith to go after Jaso if Cervelli reaches. So this will be it for Samardzija. And gets him looking. He gives up the Andrew McCutchen triple, and McCutchen scores the go-ahead run, and now the Pirates up by a run.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
3-2 ball game. The Pirates now lead it. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning at AT Park. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Andrew McCutchen, 2 more hits tonight and the triple that leads to the go-ahead run. Brandon Belt to start things off here in the 6th against Jameson Taillon. Meat of the order, 3-4-5. Belt has popped to second and grounded to second. Robbed of a hit by Josh Harrison in the 3rd. Jay now back onto the outfield grass. And there's Jeff Samardzija. One and two, and Belt checks his bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strikes him out.
That's just nasty. That's just a nasty curveball. See it out of the hand. It looks like it's going to be in the zone, and it just breaks straight down. Belt unable to pick up the rotation soon enough. Already committed.
5 Ks. There's Posey.
Well, they got him in the back leg. And that's when you have a guy with a lot of movement on his fastball. Those are the guys that end up getting foul balls off the back leg instead of the front leg. Yep, that hit off the right leg.
Bam Bam Mullins, the hitting coach, standing there next to Bruce Bochy. Ball and a strike on Buster Posey. Giants club that hits .258. Team batting average tied for 4th in the league with Pittsburgh. Soft serve. First bounce was on the infield dirt. Posey has 2 of the 5 hits off Tyone.
Yeah, both hits came off the curveball. Jamison hung him a curveball back in that first inning that he hit into the gap in right center. This one a pretty good pitch, down and away, right where he wanted to throw it.
Crawford bounced to first, fly to left. Pirates bullpen taking it easy for now. Touching over, no chance to get that one. Posey does not run well. If they get it in quickly enough, they might have a shot. In fact, Kelly will hold Posey at third.
I was surprised at that. I think, with Buster Posey and the sore back, he was running gingerly when he hit that double to right center. Probably a triple for any other player on either team, as it went to the 421 mark in right center field. So far away, that's a triple for anybody, but he was just taking it easy running, and so this situation, that ball goes deep into the corner and left center field. Andrew just gets rid of it as quickly as he can. And Posey looked to be running a little bit better there than he did in the first inning, but still not flying by any means.
Roberto Kelly, the third base coach, heard it from the fans last night. Trevor Brown got thrown out of the plate on a base hit in the second with 1 out. Starling Marte threw to Cervelli. And then Hunter Pence got held up with 2 outs on a double to right center. And he eventually got tagged out. So Kelly might be a bit gun shy. Bullpen action. Ray Searage out. Tyone has runners at second and third with 1 out. Jared Hughes up. Hunter Pence at the plate. Always been tough on the Pirates. Hunter Pence. Excellent career numbers against the Bucks. His double just inside the first base bag in the fourth. Crawford with his 20th double of the year. Infield back. 0-2.
Look at Jamison coming right at Pence. Pence a free swinger. You can get ahead with him by throwing pitches out of the zone because he'll chase up to 2 strikes. He'll shut it down a little bit with 2 strikes. But Cervelli and Taillon coming right at him with 2 fastballs to get ahead.
Talked about this earlier that Pence has been striking out a bunch lately. And fouls this one away. Pitch up and in, as you can see. The fastball to Hunter Pence. It was 1 for 4 plus a walk. And last night's ball game, an RBI single. Line to right field in the first. In the last 6 years, only Albert Pujols and Anthony Rizzo have a higher OPS against Pirates pitching than Hunter Pence, over 1,000. That's going to tie the game. 2 outs. Posey scores.
Hard to tell if Jamison was trying to bounce that curveball. My guess is he didn't want to throw it for a strike and probably caught more plate than he wanted to.
Buster Posey, a couple of hits, 2 RBIs, runs scored. Crawford now at third. Eduardo Nunez walked on a 3-2 pitches last at bat against Taillon.
Once again, a good sinking fastball and a swing and a miss.
Ball and a strike.
Heck of a block. That pitch way out in front. Cervelli with that go-ahead run at third. Nice job of keeping it in front. I mean, this ball bounces way out in front of home plate.
You can see him getting his arms out there too, whatever it would take, trying to block that pitch in the dirt. And to right field, Polanco. Well, remember that block by Cervelli. That could loom large. It kept the game tied. 3-3. Head to the 7th.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Traverse and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Barrel. We'll beat anybody's price. Find out more at barrel.com. Let's go Bucks!
Tie ball game. 3-all, 7th inning. Pirates, Giants. AT Park. Hunter Strickland takes over for Jeff Samardzija. John Jaso leads off for the Pirates. Doubled in a run in the second. And it will be Jordy Mercer and little doubt a pinch hitter for Tyone. And we look at what is likely to be the final line for both.
Pretty much identical, except for 4 less pitches for Jamison. .3-1, a 2.87 ERA for Strickland. 56th appearance, 47 innings. Pretty low opponent's average at 2.22.
And the shortstop is right there by second. Crawford will throw out Jaso. Tyone and Ray Searage. Another solid outing for the rookie. Matching the veteran Samardzija. Pirates would have to score a run here in order to make him eligible for a win. Otherwise, a no decision. Strickland worked a couple days ago against the Orioles, gave up a couple of runs in 2/3 of an inning.
You ever ask Jordy why he pats his chest?
Somebody asked that on a Twitter Tuesday. He's got a cross under there, a crucifix, a necklace, and he taps it. Thankful for this opportunity to play Major League Baseball. Brandon Belt. Easy play, 2 outs. Sunday matinee games make it a kids' day at PNC Park. Pirates Marlins this Sunday, 1:35. Get to the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street before the ball game. And after the game, kids run the bases. Compliments of the original pizza logs. Plus, all fans 14 and younger this Sunday will get a special kids-only giveaway. For tickets, go to pirates.com. That's right. Matt Joyce pinch hitting for Tyone. Strickland gave up a Mark Trumbo home run his last time out a couple days ago against the Birds. And you know about Matt Joyce being 4 of his homers as a pinch hitter. Antonio Bastardo will be coming on for the bottom of the 7th.
Good hitters count for Matt Joyce. See if he gets good fastball to hit here. Got one there at 95. Buster Posey wanted it down and away. Probably caught too much plate, but Joyce had a better pitch in mind. Changeup. Change up at 90. That's a pretty good fade to it. Joyce picked that up. And you get a lot of swings at that. I mean, that's not a bad pitch. You started in the zone. It kind of just fades out. But Joyce able to recognize and lay off. Now he'll get another fastball to hit. Nope, maybe not.
2-out walk. See if that leads to the Pirates regaining the lead. Hunter Strickland was a member of the Pirates organization for a time. Former 18th round pick of the Boston Red Sox in 2007 out of a high school in Georgia. The Pirates traded for him in July of 2009, sending first baseman Adam LaRoche to the Red Sox to get Strickland, who had some injury problems in the minor leagues with the Pirates. Missed all of 2011 with shoulder surgery, and then underwent Tommy John surgery a couple years later. Clean-shaven Matt Joyce. Strickland paying attention to him with Harrison looking for his first hit of the night. I think we touched on this last night. The Giants have done a great job against Harrison over the years as he tries to bunt for a hit, and he will. Putting runners at first and second.
Yeah, typically with 2 outs, you don't look for the bunt. And that's what Jay realized, that they weren't playing him in, so why not try it? Deadens it.
That is just his third hit in 23 at-bats this season against Giants pitching. He has really struggled to get hits off San Francisco pitchers. In fact, career .215 hitter against San Francisco, but he'll get a bunt single here. And he gets it to Marte. Timeout. Bruce Bochy. Going to do a double switch here. Going to bring on new pitcher Derek Law. And a new third baseman. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Strickland lifted. Follow Pirates Baseball Live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
Strickland didn't seem too happy about being lifted. A bit of a bizarre move when you just think, bringing in a righty to face a righty.
Ray Adrianza and Seton LaSalle product Derek Law. His rookie year, very solid. Strickland still perplexed.
Now, Marte is 2 for 3 against him, lifetime, and so Bochy didn't like that matchup, so going with Law.
Derek Law hasn't given up a run since the end of June. One of Derek Law's 4 wins in his rookie season against the Pirates in his hometown. Toward the bullpen, pens the long run. 0-2.
It's about the 4th time he's had to go over there around the bullpen mound.
If Marte can deliver with 2 outs and 2 strikes, Tyone has a chance for a W. Ricky White, who's a strength coach in the Pirates, seated next to Tyone. 0-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Derek Law, a Pittsburgh native, looking for the final out. Oh, wow.
That wasn't that easy. Like Buster Posey looked like it was like no big deal to go up and catch that. Almost had to jump.
Strikes out Marte. No decision for Tyone. 3-3. By Miller Lite. Jameson Tyone went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. It was really good.
Again, yep, had a good fastball going, good movement, had a good curveball, got a strikeout, and then got some help. Not once, but twice by Josh Harrison. Playing stellar defense behind him, goes upstairs to get his second to the last strikeout. Pagan.
He ended up with 5 punch-outs. John Jaso had an RBI double in the second that had tied the game at 2. And then the Pirates took a 6th inning lead, and the triple by McCutchen, the ground out by Polanco, but a Brandon Crawford double set up shop. Posey moving to third. He had singled with 1 out, and Posey scored on the ground ball. Now Antonio Bastardo.
'50th appearance overall. 48 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting just .237 against him.
He got Angel Pagan to pop up in the only batter he faced last night in the 6th inning. Soft contact, 1 hopper. Harrison to Jaso. Panic, out number 1. And now Bastardo will face the switch hitting Adrianza. Came on to play third in the double switch. Adrianza, 5 hits in 11 at bats from this right side of the plate. And on the DL for a while, missed 95 games with a fractured left foot. Into the corner. And Polanco better hurry. And he'll do that and hold Adrianza to a double with 1 out.
Good piece of hitting. Gets a pitch out over. Stays on it. Slashes it inside the bag. Fastball actually off the plate away. And they got that short porch down there, just 309. But being that it's so short, hard to get more than 2 if you get on the line.
Go ahead run in scoring position for Denard Span. Span homered in the 6th inning off Vogelsong, part of his 3-hit night last night. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Marte, little trouble with the lights. And look at him gun the ball to second on a close play.
Well, only he can make it look that close. That's remarkable.
The Pirates are looking toward the dugout. Harrison wants the clubhouse to look, see if this is something they want to challenge. Oh, that is bang bang.
Very close. Not only does he have such a strong arm, it's so accurate.
He will not challenge. Yeah, look at that. Bullet right there.
Yeah. It's like a third baseman throwing the first. but like from twice the distance.
Yeah. Angel Pagan bats right-handed. Not a big difference average-wise for Pagan, righty-lefty. Extended his hitting streak to 14 straight games with a base hit off Tyone in the first. First pitch strike. Jared Hughes throwing. He's ready to go. Some of the fans in the stands that way counting his jumping jacks for him. Cervelli wants to talk things over here with Bastardo or vice versa. Jared Hughes fans. I want to be sure they agree on what to do here against Pagan. Brandon Belt is on deck. Pagan 1 for 7 in his career versus Bastardo.
Give him a big hole on the right side. Jay taking away the middle.
Out in front of Pagan, 0-2. Brandon Belt hitless in 3 trips tonight. Bastardo returning to the Pirates. Traded the deadline for John Neese. He was with Pittsburgh last season. Former Philly. Pop up to left. Marte. That'll do it. Bastardo pitches a scoreless 7. Strands the runner in scoring position. Still knotted up at 3.
In inning number 8 here at AT Park. Ryan was our guest on Twitter Tuesday, and he was asked by Nikki, using the hashtag Bucks Tuesday, what's been your biggest inspiration in pushing through every obstacle you faced? You're a huge inspiration to us.
My mom and dad were both very, very hard workers, perfectionists, did a lot of things the right way, and I think I just picked up on it from growing up. It's funny, one of the biggest inspirations in my life was the first time I saw the movie Rocky. So I kind of always just fed to that and was like, that's how I want to be. And it's kind of turned out that way. So definitely my parents and Rocky Balboa.
Who would have thought a fictional character, one of Ryan Vogelsong's inspirations, Greg?
Huh. How about that? What a night last night. I'm sure Mom and Dad, Harold and Vicky Vogelsong, were as excited as we were, as Andrew McCutchen, who was 2 for 3, is in the hole 0-2 against Derek Law. McCutchen led off the 6th with a triple to right center. Scored the 3rd and go-ahead run, but the Giants tied it in the 6th, the bottom half. Law pitched 2 scoreless innings on the 22nd of June in relief of Jeff Samardzija, who went just 3 innings that night, as the Pirates had jumped ahead 6-1. The Giants made the comeback, and Law, the beneficiary of the win, did give up a hit to McCutchen in those 2 innings. Time is called by Posey. McCutchen steps out.
You got to see a look at what he planned on throwing there, a little breaking ball. See if Buster Posey changes his mind now.
And 2. McCutchen, who's walked 11 times in his previous 10 games, had 5 walks total in the month of July. He's now hit safely in 8 of his last 10 games. And what pitch does he see here on 3-2? The breaking ball from Law is coming. And another walk and a leadoff free pass. Just the 7th walk for Derek Law in 46 innings. McCutchen aboard to start the 8th. Once again, Dave Righetti in the Giants dugout. Now Polanco, who also singled off Derek Law that night at PNC Park. Law grew up a big Buccos fan. Saw plenty of Pirates baseball growing up. 0-1 on Polanco. Still lives in Pittsburgh. His dad, Joe Law, spent 9 seasons in the Oakland A's farm system and 4 days on the big league roster in 1988. One and one. He was drafted in the 28th round by the Rangers. Out of Seton LaSalle. Instead of signing, attended Miami-Dade College, and the Giants drafted him in the 9th round in 2011. In his first season in the major leagues in a tie game.
Good curveball. That's what he likes to go to. He's ahead now 1-2 to Polanco.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jung Ho Kang on deck. Two and two on Polanco. 2 more RBIs tonight for Polanco. He drove in 4 last night. Belt holds McCutchen. Certainly doesn't want to go 3 and 2 on Polanco.
Tell a lot of confidence in that curveball. He tried it several times to get McCutchen, but they were all too far out of the strike zone, trying to finish Polanco with it.
It remains 2 and 2. Lefty's hitting only 188 against Derek Law. Law's given up a total of 4 runs in 25 innings here at AT&T Park this season. Another big pitch. Missed. With a breaking ball, it's 3 and 2. Now what?
Well, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised to see Andrew McCutchen take off.
This is Derek Law's inning. Nobody up in their pen. 3 and 2. Not going. On a fly ball to center. Span will make the catch, get the ball in, and 1 big out for Derek Law and the Giants.
Yeah. First of all, Polanco got jammed on that. Still, Span had to go back for it, which is impressive. Secondly, McCutchen was tagging, and once Span kind of double clutched, I thought he'd keep going. Put on the brakes about a third of the way there. As you see that fastball, inner half, just got in on Gregory.
That double clutch. Not that Law's been out there all that much his rookie year, but there have been no stolen bases, not even an attempt against him. Strike 1 on Kang.
Yeah, he is quick to the plate.
Kang had 1 at bat against Derek Law back in June, and Law struck him out looking. Couple of strikes.
Boy, that pitch well off the plate. Wow.
Home plate umpire Marty Foster called that pitch a strike. It's 0-2. McCutchen takes off. And started to slow down a little bit. It looked like maybe trouble with footing, and when the play was developing, looked as though he might have a shot at stealing it. He's caught stealing.
Everybody knows Buster Posey, the great hitter that he is, also could throw it. Quick release. There you see McCutchen's jump. hard to get a good one. And yeah, a little stutter step it looked like before Andrew broke down into his slide. Could have been the difference.
Young with a fly ball deep to center. Span back toward the wall. And clear the deck! Cannonball coming! Gung-ho for Jung-ho here in San Francisco. Gung's 14th gives the Bucks the lead here in the 8th inning. How do you like that by the Bay? Jung-ho Gung. His 3rd home run of the trip.
Boy, they haven't been throwing him much in terms of fastballs all night long. Derek Law throws him a fastball here with 2 strikes. Middle, well, I should say outer third, about thigh high, and Jung-ho Gung has been seeing the ball well, swinging the bat well, and didn't miss that one.
Another look from a different angle as Span runs out of room. Another look. Derek Law. Dejected. 2nd home run he's given up. The Pirates have now hit 8 home runs on this road trip. 3 of them from Jung-ho Gung. Juan Nicasio was loosening. Neftali Feliz was up for a moment. We'll see what Clint Hurdle does now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jung-ho Gung, his 14th. Some 415 feet. With an exit velocity of 106 miles per hour. Just enough to clear that center field fence. Moments after Andrew McCutchen was caught stealing, Law gives up the dinger.
Very surprised. Buster Posey hasn't given Gung too many fastballs to hit until that at bat.
And then he walks Cervelli. Walk McCutchen to start the inning. Polanco flied out on the 3-2 pitch. Then McCutchen caught stealing, and now Dave Righetti. We've talked so much about Andrew McCutchen, focused so much about McCutchen this trip, and really since that 3-day rest, how he is seeing the ball better, all the walks, and starting to get the hits. But Jung-ho Gung has been kind of a quiet story behind McCutchen.
No question. You know, 2 huge parts of this Pirates offense. It really, with the exception of maybe the first month or so that Gung came off the disabled list, he came out swinging it very well and then cooled off. But boy, I mean, the offense got some pop to it. Guys that are having great years, average-wise. Patient attack. Then you get the 2 big boppers going, like McCutchen and Gung, the way they've been swinging it.
John Jaso, RBI double in the 2nd. Bucks lead it 4-3. They battled these Giants They won 2 of 3 in LA against the Dodgers. Think about the fact that they could have won Saturday thanks to all the free passes they received, leaving a club record 18 men on base. But they settled for 2 of 3, and now they're looking to win another series, which is ultimately the goal. Keep winning series. Little tapper. Law can't handle it. Still gets the out.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow. Jung Ho Kang's home run gives the Pirates the lead. Pirates lead this game 4-3. Back and forth affair. Jung Ho Kang moments ago hitting the home run, broke the tie. David Freese comes on to play first base. And now Neftali Feliz.
4-0 at 291 ERA. Opponents hitting just 189, 52 strikeouts, 46 in the third innings.
Brandon Belt. 0 for 3. Tyone went 6. Pirates took a 1-0 lead in the first. With 1 out, Starling Marte singled off Jeff Samardzija, then stole second. After McCutcheon's base hit, put Marte at third, and he scored on a ground out. Or a ground ball anyway. Jeff Samardzija deciding not to throw to first, instead tried to throw to the plate and had no chance. Jung Ho Kang bounced into an inning-ending double play, and then a 1-out, 2-run double by Buster Posey gave the Giants the lead in the bottom of the first. Pirates tied it. Francisco Cervelli doubled off the wall to start the second. John Jaso followed with a game-tying double. It brought in Cervelli. Stayed that way until the 6th, when Andrew McCutchen led off with a triple against Samardzija. And then McCutchen would score on a ground out by Polanco. But that lead short-lived. And now 3-2 on Belt. The bottom of the 6th, Buster Posey singled. Brandon Crawford doubled him to third, and Posey scored on a ground out by Hunter Pence. It was tied at 3 until the top of this 8th inning when Gong went deep. There is Posey. He is on deck. And a leadoff free pass starts the 8th. Some tweets about Jung Ho Gong's home run. Buster Posey on the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. Brad Fisher in front of Clint Hurdle, working with Cervelli, working on pickoff moves and the like. Posey has done damage as he returned to the starting lineup.
Felice has been trying to just work away 5 of the 6 pitches, 4 of the 5 pitches rather. He threw to Brandon Belt. He tried to hit the outside corner. He starts Posey off away.
Neftali Felice pitched to 4 batters last night, 1 1/3 innings. Retired each thanks to one great play by Andrew McCutchen, of course. Two 2-1 count on Posey. It's 3-1.
And now he'll be geared up for a fastball.
Three and one. Hard hit. 1 and 2. Double play right at Jordy Mercer.
Yep, he was geared up for the fastball, and he got one pretty much down the middle. Posey hit it right on the button. Unfortunately for the Giants, fortunately for the Pirates, it was right at Jordy Mercer. A nice, easy hop. And one of the easier double plays you're going to turn. Jay Hay taking his time. Throws to Freeze. And that's the way to get out of it.
Two away. And now it's Brandon Crawford. Brandon Belt walked to start the inning. Crawford has grounded out, fly to left, doubled. Madison Bumgarner and Jake Peavy in the dugout. And chasing is Crawford. A leadoff walk. The strikeout ends it. We go to the ninth. 4-3. Pirates lead it.
Brought to you by Kenny Ross, Total Confidence Pricing, and by Levin Furniture, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates lead by 1 run. Going to the ninth inning. Look for insurance. Natali Felice. A walk to start it, then the hard shot double play. Off the bat of Buster Posey, and the strikeout of Brandon Crawford, who chased the high fastball. Jordy Mercer leads off against the closer, Santiago Casilla.
Yep, that was big by Felice. Now Casilla trying to keep it a 1-run game. 2-4, 3.28 ERA, 56 strikeouts, and 46 2/3 innings.
Felice a scoreless 8th.
Didn't miss by much there.
Tony Watson getting ready for a save opportunity. Pitched last night in a non-save situation. Casilla, speaking of saves, blew his 6th save chance of the season on Sunday, as they blew that big 7-1 lead late to the Orioles. Gave up 3 runs in the 8-7 loss. Johnny Cueto started. Toward the bullpen again, and it is Panic calling off Belt to make a nice grab.
A little easier there around the home plate area of the bullpen. Don't have any mounds to deal with. Usually an easier play for the second baseman if he can get there. Better angle.
Well, that camera angle, that look right there in the bullpen. Beautiful ballpark. David Freese takes ball one, his first at bat of the night. Didn't get a chance because so much has been going on to ask you. Maybe we'll get into that. You and Joe can talk about it tomorrow. That I think this is the only ballpark where the grass is not cut in any kind of design.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And talking to Perry Hill, the Marlins first base coach and infield instructor earlier this year about that, he said you see the outfielders can be very aggressive because of that. It doesn't snake. Is that
right? Yeah, because it's all cut in the same direction. You don't have it in two different different directions or anything like that, and so the grain's all running in the same direction. So when you see the crisscross, like the checkered pattern,
yeah,
that's when it gets really bad. As far as it'll go from one block to the next, and yeah, it'll snake. But yeah, this is one of the few places, if maybe not the only place, where the grass looks to be cut all in the same direction.
2-2. I wonder if because of that, I'm sure the stats could bear it out, if there are more either outs recorded on the bases by outfielders or fewer runners taking extra bases because of it. They measure everything.
Yeah, you never know. But I think it would take twice as long to cut the grass.
And as Freese goes down on strikes, 2 outs. By snaking, we mean the ball literally looks like a snake as it approaches. Well, you're a former outfielder. Tell us.
Yeah, it literally will go from one box to the other, and it'll just go back and forth. And some places it was worse than others. On a ball that's rolling, if it's bouncing, you don't have a problem. But if it's rolling, some places it was really like a snake. It's short and quick. And so when you came in to charge the ball, I mean, you really had to kind of bear down to make sure that it doesn't go right by you. Never really had that issue in the infield, even though they, I guess because the ball gets to you so quickly.
Even though some infields are patterned.
And it's rare to get just a ground ball in the infield. Like by the time it gets to the outfielder, a lot of times the ball's rolling, and that's the only time you'll see the snake is when it's rolling. And unless you have a close-up view of the ball, you don't typically see it.
Now, Garcia falls behind Harrison.
Payne at 95. They're on the outside edge.
And a 2-out walk to Jay Hay. He's on base for a second time. Had the bunt single in the 7th. Pirates would love to add a run or 2 or more here in the 9th. Against Bruce Bochy's Giants, Hunter Pence will be leading off the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Last 3 at bats, you see the strikeouts. Working Marte up in the zone with fastballs.
See if Harrison doesn't try and steal another base. Swiped his 16th bag in the 5th inning. Marte, the single, the steal, the run scored in the first, and then those 3 straight strikeouts, 2 against Samardzija. Derek Law struck him out to end the 7th. Two and 0. Remember, the Marlins lost. See Will Smith, the lefty, heading out. That would be in case Polanco gets up. Marlins lost. The Cardinals beat Houston. That impacts the Pirates in the wild card chase, and the Giants could soon be joining the Pirates and Cardinals in the wild card chase, and the Marlins. If they don't come back, they would fall out of first in the National League West. And the Pirates are going to take just a 1-run lead to the bottom of the 9th. No room for Tony Watson. Hunter Pence going to lead things off. Or, as we could say, Wednesday afternoon now, if you're watching in the Berg. Ivan Nova on the hill for the Pirates. He'll be opposed by Matt Cain. Series finale starts at 3 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason on Root Sports. And they're already talking about Novocaine tomorrow. And the Pirates hoping to numb the bats of the Giants. Get all the early puns out early this morning. I'm sure there'll be a lot more tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Whatever happened to Matt Cain? Boy, what a miserable season he's having.
Closer Tony Watson having a very good season once again. Got work in. Ben Hurdle was asked about that before the game. Said, you got to get your closer work, so he wanted him to work a full inning, and he did last night. Gave up an unearned run. He walked Hunter Pence in that 9th inning, and Pence with a fly ball to center. McCutchen with room. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 9th. And now Trevor Brown will pinch hit for the pitcher Casilla. Watson, this would be save number 6 since the trade, since Mark Melancon was dealt to the Nationals. And Jordy Mercer will commit just his 6th error of the season. It comes with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning.
He has been so steady. What's that, just the 2nd error in 75 games?
Yep.
I mean, he had 1 through 74, and if that ball took a little bit of a bad hop on him. But that's a play we see Jordy make 99 out of 100 times.
Here's Joe Panik as Gregor Blanco. A pinch run. The other way, and that's a fair ball. A double, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Tying run 90 feet away, winning run in scoring position.
Boy, what a difference one play makes. You're looking at 2 pitches, 2 outs. And now all of a sudden, very quickly, 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Catches it deep. Just inside the line, and usually late in the game, some teams would play no doubles and play close to the line, but very rarely do the Pirates guard the line the opposite way. Maybe on the pull side, but not so much the opposite way.
Intentional walk. Wait a minute. Maybe they didn't want the intentional walk. Wouldn't that be something? As Clint Hurdle says stop, Ray Searage out. How about if they confused the signs there, thinking Hurdle wanted the intentional walk, and maybe he didn't?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Adrianza, the switch hitter, who has only a few at-bats since coming off the DL. On deck, Denard Span. Adrianza came on to play 3rd base in the 7th. He doubled off Bastardo. And we'll see. By the way, Denard Span has hit into 7 double plays this year. That's a significant number for a speedy left-handed hitter. Hunter Pence has hit into a dozen, to give you some idea, some comparison. Apparently they did not want the intentional walk. So ball 1. And a pop-up. Shallow right, Harrison out. Makes the catch. How about that?
Huge.
Confusion. They thought the bench and Hurdle wanted the intentional walk. They threw 1 wide one. Hurdle screaming for timeout. Sends Searage out to explain that's not what they wanted. Watson comes back and pops up Adrianza for a 2nd out.
Yeah, that is huge, and Watson wanted to get it inside further, but he got it up high enough where the batter could not get on top.
And here is Denard Span. Did not face Watson last night. 2 for 3 in his career against Watson. Ground ball to 2nd. Can you raise the Jolly Roger and make it elementary? Our dear Watson pulls off what appeared to be impossible. Jordy Mercer, nobody feels better right now.
That may have been the quickest confusing inning ever.
Wow.
Maybe not confusing is the right word, but
I think it's a pretty good word for it.
I mean, Hunter Pence, first pitch swinging, a deep fly ball. Then you got a next pitch, an error. 2 pitches later, a double, 2nd and 3rd. Then the pop-up, then the ground out. Just took Watson 8 pitches to face the 5 batters, get the 3 outs.
Unbelievable.
Man, what a ball game. What a ball game. I mean, Jung Ho Gung with the big home run to put the Bucks up in the top of the 8th inning.